So when I look at this map, I think there's lots of places that are safe in the event of a nuclear conflict, especially if you consider traditional nuclear conflict, which is going to come from the 9 states that are nuclear capable. You're going to see whatever exchange of strategic or tactical warheads happen. You're going to see trade winds take whatever debris comes specifically from surface-based detonations, because seed-based detonations and air-based detonations will not create the same amount of fallout. So you'll see trade winds do what they do. But in large part, you're going to see 2 centers of the map firing at each other. So South America is going to get spared. Africa is going to get spared. Europe is going to be absorbing bad winds depending on what the trade winds look like. Southeast Asia and Australia, largely, these are going to be spared locations, depending on what Pakistan and India do, right? But my concern isn't the nuclear factor, it's the human factor after that. When Russia or China and the United States and Israel and Iran, when all these countries are just destroyed by their own conflict, and whatever fragmentary governments are trying to reset themselves, you've lost all of that GDP, you've lost all of that infrastructure, you've lost all of that world order. So now people are just going to get worse. African warlords are just going to get worse. But Latin American warlords are just going to get worse. I mean, it's going to be the age of the warlord again.
I don't know if that's as much a fatalistic view as perhaps it is a naive view, because when one of the components that you left out are the fires that will be burning after the nuclear detonations. And the fires burning are what lofts the soot. And that is what causes a nuclear winter. And if you look at the climate modeling, even a small, air quotes, nuclear war between India and Pakistan is enough to cause a mini nuclear winter. And so there will be no African warlords because they will starve as well. There will be no resetting of any of these governments. In my understanding, interviewing the experts on nuclear war, looking at the climate models that now tell us this very factually, that humanity dies. And so I don't think it's a reset at all, unless a reset is like us going back to our hunter-gatherer state from 12,000 years ago, trying to figure out how to kind of evolve again.
I mean, I don't think that all human beings will be lost. There will be human beings that make it through that. And if there's modeling, then the modeling is based on averages. And I would love to see how a nuclear winter spreads across the globe. But the idea that humanity would end, meaning the last human being would be lost,